Coming up tonight on the Rundown, immigration protests take place on Rowan's campus. A move towards the future in Glassboro and Rowan's latest project, Pathways of Promise. And some new information about the construction going on in the Student Center pit when we come back. Welcome to the Rowan Rundown. I'm Darren Johnson. Rowan students and clubs staged their second protest of the month against the school's inclusion of DHS and ICE recruiters on campus. Both the Student Justice for Palestine and Rowan chapter of the Young Democratic Socialists of America organized a protest on Tuesday. The groups demanded that the university keep killers off campus. The protest came 2 weeks after the organizers penned a letter to both President Ali Hushmand and Rowan College of Business allowing DHS recruiters to visit the campus. The protest started at the Business Hall and ended at the Student Center with students giving speeches, reading poems, and chanting. Although the Dean of Students did offer to meet with the organizers ahead of the protest, organizers believed that Rowan's response was overdue. Now to turn it over to Aaliyah with your entertainment news.
Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
If you've been at the Chamberlain Student Center recently, you may have noticed new construction going on in the pit. The project is a new ramp that is being built, connecting the entrance level at the Student Center down into the pit where loads of events take place. The goal of this ramp is to improve accessibility as well as mobility in one of the busiest places on campus. There is still much to be done as waiting on permits to be approved, but estimated completion date is expected to be 3 to 4 weeks from now. Unity in Hue, an event hosted by the Center for Belonging and Student Engagement, celebrates 100 years of Black history. The event was catered by Henry's Hot Barbecue and multiple raffles were held throughout the night. Also, dozens of clubs and organizations came out for the night to encourage students at the event to get involved on campus. To round out the evening, Dr. Stanley Yeldell came on stage to speak on his experiences with racism throughout his life, as well as a 3-person panel consisting of Rowan alumni Dr. Janelle Alexander, Tassir Ballard, and Alicia Copeland, who spoke on their accomplishments and experiences. The Rowan chapter of Associated Press sports editors welcomes Philadelphia Inquirer's Eagles beat reporter Jeff McLean was invited to a meeting hosted by President Sarah Shockey and Vice President Katie Thorne on March 5th. McLean shared his experiences as a journalist and offered students some advice. Although the club doesn't have a set meeting schedule, faculty advisor Mike Rosenstein hopes hopes to continue to get more speakers. On Tuesday, March 10th, Isaac Saul delivered a lecture titled Reporting on Health and Science in Polarized Times in the Chamberlain Student Center expansion. Saul, a journalist, a founder of the political newsletter Tangle, throughout the lecture, Saul emphasized the fact that average American citizens' belief systems come from their own experiences. Throughout the lecture, Saul stressed the importance of the debate and informed opinions as means of making change. For journalism students, especially the ones graduating, the lecture provided insight for their future careers within reporting and for staying informed on current events. Coming up after the break, we have our spring choir bring the emotion to the stage.
I know you've been grinding. I know things aren't easy. I wonder if you know that we can get help. Love your mind.
We all deserve a place to call home. That's an American dream.
Next, we will hear more about the Rowan expansion. The Rowan University Choir is set to follow. How you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing good, Darren. How are you?
I'm great. I'm great. I'm great. So, first question I have for you about this Rowan expansion. What is the West Campus Development Project proposing?
So the university came out the other day, put out an article and is proposing a new campus expansion on the west side of campus by the Inspira Hospital on Route 55. And there's a lot of farmland out there, and since Rowan is growing so exponentially, they really need a lot more room to grow. Basically.
Especially.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is Rowan investing so much into the West Campus area?
Kind of like what I said with the growth of Rowan. Last year, Rowan had the most students come into the university at the start of the year, and that number is expected to grow every other year from now. And it's as simple as that. They need more room and they need more facilities to get that expansion in. And one thing that they want to bring in this expansion is a lot of health science programs as well as bringing businesses in as well.
What could this mean for students in the Rowan community?
This really means a lot. This has a chance to grow a lot of jobs. About 5,000 jobs they're expecting to be on the market, whether that's in construction to build these buildings or professors as well, even student jobs as well. This is a great opportunity for Rowan to grow its campus as well.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
so much. The Rowan University Choir is following a journey from rupture to renewal as its annual spring concert featuring songs invoking heavy emotions throughout the entire performance. Songs that the choir performed included Light After Rain, Music in the Wake of Humanity, with different sections titled Justice and Light, Desperation and Plea, and Listening and Renewal. The Associated Press sports editors are welcoming Philadelphia Inquirer's Eagles beat reporter Jeff McLean to speak to students' second ever meeting. McLean was invited by the chapter's faculty advisor, Professor Mike Rosenstein, to visit Rowan on March 5th and offered students looking to pursue careers in journalism advice and a new connection. Shedding light on the importance of empathy, connection, and inclusivity within the music education, the Rowan American Choir Directors Association are hosting the presidential of the ACDA Eastern Division, Libby Monchel-Coble, for her presentation, Inclusivity in the Classroom. Joe Gopal shared ways for upcoming musical educators to improve their teaching practices and understand their career responsibility. To conclude the presentation, she led the room in the vocal harmony that reflected overarching theme of exclusivity within the presentation. Now to turn over to Leah with the entertainment news.
Oscar-nominated actor Timothée Chalamet receives backlash for his recently surfaced comments on both ballet and opera. During a 2019 interview with Matthew McConaughey at the University of Texas, the Marty Supreme star described the two creative styles as dying art forms that, quote, no one cares about anymore. His comments sparked online outrage, with critics arguing that both art forms are still very much alive. Although some ballet and opera companies found Chalamet's words disrespectful, others have used this as a business opportunity. The Seattle Opera House ran a campaign that urged users to use the code Timothy for discounted seats. In other celebrity news, a Florida woman faces charges in connection with last week's shooting outside of the Los Angeles home of music artist Rihanna. 35-year-old Ivana Lisette Ortiz was charged with 1 count of attempted murder, 10 counts of assault with a semi-automatic firearm, and 3 felony counts of a shooting at an inhabited dwelling. On Sunday, Ortiz was reportedly armed with an AR-15 style weapon and fired several shots toward the singer's mansion. No injuries were reported, and it is still not clear if Rihanna or her family were present at the home at the time of the shooting. According to Los Angeles Police Department, Ortiz is currently being held on a $10 million bail while awaiting her arraignment. In the world of movies, the annual Oscars awards show is set for Sunday, March 15th at 7 p.m. The two biggest competitors for Best Picture include One Battle After Another and Sinners, with both films earning praise for their commentaries on racial inequalities and American values. Other contenders include Sentimental Value, Marty Supreme, and Hamnet. In contrast to Best Picture predictions, critics believe that the race for Best Actress may already be decided with Jessie Buckley's performance in Hamnet. Although some have made their predictions, the Academy Awards may still have some surprises in store for us. That's it for Entertainment Tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Leah. Coming up, Connor McAndrews sat down with Rowan Radio's social media director, Mason Kinahan, and asked him about the current status of Rowan Radio, the radio station's social media presence.
1 in 10 kids vape. Each vape pod can contain the same amount of nicotine as a pack of cigarettes.
The health class film guy isn't the best person to talk to your kid about vaping.
Got a few minutes?
You are. Talk to your child about vaping today.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end, so you better buckle in. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax. It always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at NHTSA.gov/the right seat.
Hate is loud. It gets clicks. It gets attention. Hate, however, is actually quite small. But love is the majority. Love fills our hearts, our lives, our every day.
Rowan students say attending concerts is starting to feel like a luxury. As the trial involving Ticketmaster gets underway, the U.S. Department of Justice filed an antitrust lawsuit in 2024 against Live Nation and its partner company Ticketmaster, alleging the companies engaged in anti-competitive practices that limited competition in concert promotion, venue ownership, and ticketing services. Francesca Landcap, a junior electrical engineer major, expressed her frustration, saying bots often scam fans while they are waiting in online queues for tickets. Another student added that buyers are sometimes placed in a different position in line than the number they originally were given. Over the next 6 weeks, the jury will decide whether Ticketmaster violated antitrust laws. Rowan students packed the Student Center for its 9th annual WrestleMania on Friday, March 6th. The Chamberlain Student Center was once again turned into a makeshift professional wrestling venue with a ring, with bright lights, loud music, and a pumped-up crowd. Rowan's student body was alive and well. Several wrestlers of independent promotion have a connection with Rowan University, whether they graduated from Rowan or are currently attending as Rowan students. The event was live streamed by Rowan Television Network, and the full replay of the stream is available for free on RTN's YouTube channel. Rowan students packed the Student Center for its 9th annual technical difficulties. Rowan students are expressing frustrations with the wait times at Zaxby's in the Student Center. Rowan opened the second Zaxby's location in the fall semester, complementing the Zaxby's already in the Business Center. Zaxby's is a completely student-run, and the workers are urging to try the Business Hall location for reduced wait times. And now let's take a look at Rowan's social media director, Mason and he talks about responsibilities with social media with Connor McAndrew.
Thank you, Darren. Today I'm with Mason Kinahan of Rowan Radio. He's the social media director. And, well, Mason, how are we doing today?
Doing pretty good. You know, it's snowing outside a little bit, and I'm a big fan of the snow, so I've enjoyed it.
That's good to hear. All right, so just give me a little rundown of your position at Rowan Radio.
Yeah, as the digital media, social media director at Rowan Radio, I basically am in control of all of the different social media accounts for Rowan Radio 89.7 WGLS FM, and I kind of promote different shows, different shows and kind of podcasts that Rowan Radio has, and I do use different graphics. Sometimes I post clips of different things, and also kind of want to give like a behind-the-scenes look at the station as well.
All right, so you talked about, what you do for them. What do you like most about this job at Rowan Radio?
Yeah, I love the creativity and the freedom that I have with this position, because there's Derek Jones and Leo Kirshner, the station managers, they give me a lot of freedom on what I can do, where I can post and things like that. So I brought in some new ideas this year as the digital media director, and they've loved it, as well as trying to get some of the students involved and the and kind of the broadcasters and things like that for sporting events, which has been great. So there's a lot of different things I'm able to do with this position, and I've enjoyed a lot of kind of just doing my own thing at times with the stuff that I create.
All right, so getting into the weeds of what you exactly do, how do you decide what content performs best for your station's audience on social media?
Yeah, it's kind of, the obvious answer would be numbers and things like that, but I also kind of just want to have fun with it and, showcase the station members in a way that hasn't really been showcased in the past. So this year, one of the things we're doing is I'm putting, the faces of people on graphics more and making sure that, hey, our audience knows what our students look like and what the people that are part of the station look like, and who broadcasts the games, what voices are I'm hearing. I can put a face to the voice that I'm hearing. So that's something that I've been doing, and that kind of naturally does well, numbers wise, and I a lot of the Rowan community has kind of really enjoyed stuff like that. So that's probably one of the main things that we've done to kind of differentiate ourselves from the past years.
Absolutely. And what platforms would you say have been most effective for growing the station?
Yeah, we definitely try and prioritize Instagram and Facebook. Rowan Radio kind of has a little bit of an older audience, so Facebook is still very much prevalent in terms of who actually who sees our stuff and things like that with Rowan alumni and all of that. And then Instagram is kind of where we're getting more of the younger audience, the current students, the students who just graduate, and also potential students that could be going to Rowan in the coming years. So those two platforms have been the main two. We do a little bit on Twitter with some of our sports department and things like that, but Instagram and Facebook is kind of where we try and stick to.
And real quick, what are your strategies to promote these games?
Yeah, so for our sporting events, we make I make game day graphics promoting who's calling the game, who's on play-by-play, who's on color, and also kind of promoting when these events are going to happen. Rowan Radio has two different channels that you can listen to at rowanradio.com, channel 1, channel 2. So which channel is it on? And then after the game, we have a little bit of a video recap that the broadcasters do as well to help promote what actually happened in the games.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mason. And that's it. Back to the desk, Darren.
Coming up next, we have Jackson with sports.
How do you know when you've made the right decision? It's the feeling you get in your gut. the one that tells you what's right or wrong. It's the voice inside you that says, I'm buzzed. Better leave the car when it's time to go. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Try to understand me more, and I'll try to do the same.
Listening is a form of love. Find ways to support your kids at sounditouttogether.org.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Love is a lesson that doesn't end, so you better buckle in. Love is finding the right seat so you can take a breath. But remember, love isn't lax. It always double checks. Check that your kids are in the right seat at nhtsa.gov/the right seat.
The Rowan University Schraber School of Veterinary Medicine is now taking vet appointments for the public to help out their animals. This service provides primary care services such as vaccines, wellness checks, dental, spay/neuter procedures, and many more. Their current availability right now is Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for the appointment times. They are also offering eye checkups, as well as they have 2 board-certified ophthalmologists for your pets. Now let's head over to sports.
All right, let's get into the latest with Rowan sports. Starting us off, Rowan's women's lacrosse team falls to the Scranton Royals 13-12 after a hard-fought game. But that's only getting them fired up for the rest of the season. Rowan tied up the game 4-4 in the first quarter, but fell short by halftime with the Royals, up 7-5 by the end of the second quarter. In the third, Rowan did tie it up again, 11-11 from a free position shot from Alexis Lowry. However, the Royals were able to get 2 more goals on the board after goals from Colleen Mullen and Allison Flynn. Lowry was able to get 1 final goal before the end of the game, only needing 1 more to win the game, but not quite getting there by the end. And next, Rowan Men's Indoor Track had its 3rd straight All-Atlantic Region Track and Field Regional Championships win this past weekend, showing exactly why they're ranked number 3 nationwide. The Profs scored 118 points at the weekend event in New York City, almost 50 points ahead of second place SUNY Geneseo, who scored 69 points. The Prof 4x400 relay team scored a season best time of 3:14:07, claiming the number 11 Division III mark. At the high jump, Rowan went 1-5 as freshman David Brown cleared the 2.12-meter mark. Senior Kwaku Nkrumah was also able to claim the 60-meter hurdle win for the Profs. And finally, Rowan's softball team is gearing up for the season after the last one made history. This upcoming team has big shoes to fill as the team saw many players who made a big splash last year graduating and moving on from the team. However, this happens every year, and the team is excited to see some new promising faces who have already joined the team and ready to kick off another great season. That's all for your Rowan sports. Back to the desk.
Rowan students are expressing frustration with wait times at Zaxby's in the Student Center. Rowan opened the second Zaxby's location in the fall semester, complementing the Zaxby's location already in the Business Hall. Zaxby's is completely student-run, and the workers are urging students to try the Business Hall location for reduced wait times. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for Glassboro. Well, we told you it was coming, and come it did after seeing all those sunny days. Well, tonight, this snow will turn into rain. With occasional showers and some wind temperatures will drop a low of 27 degrees overnight. Now, here's a look at the forecast ahead of this week. Friday, mostly cloudy and breezy, high of 52, low of 41. Saturday, partly sunny with the gust winds, high of 55, low of 34. Sunday is looking cloudy early in the morning with some clearing later in the day, high of 54 with a low of 48. Monday is looking windy with some low clouds early in the morning, high of 59. Overnight is the low of 31. Tuesday, believe it or not, there is a chance of snow or rain showers. Then it will get into partly cloudy with a high of 49 and a low of 34. And that's now your 5-day forecast outlook for Glassboro. That snow has made a return. Goodbye. That's all I have for the Rowan Rundown. Hope everyone has a great day. And stay classy, Glassboro.
That's the sound of an American.